Hi, this is Mary Carol Field coming to you from Merry Go Round Cards in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And I've got a super fun fold to share with you today. I saw it online and I figured it out because it didn't have a tutorial with it. And so I just want to share that with you today. This is a huge, big experiment and I hope it works. I've never used this software before. It took me several days to figure it out, and hopefully I know what I'm doing. So I thought this was the perfect fun fold. I'm going to show it to you here. Let me change my screen over. Let's see, I'll go to the double and then move this over to here. And then the single. All right, so hopefully you can see everything that I'm doing. I'm going to move this a little bit this way. And this is the card that we'll be making today. So it's folds up like this. Put that a little bit more to the middle. So it's got this middle piece here, which is not attached in the middle. It's just a piece that's folded and decorated and attached to these two extra little tabs right here. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Get out my paper trimmer. So this particular card is going to take more than a half sheet of paper. So I'm going to cut it just put a banner on the bottom here. Okay, it says Timid Tiger because that's the colors we're going to be making the card in today, but I just wanted to show you this. Oh, there you go. So it's going to be 9.5 this way. So I can't do 9.5 here because this is only 8.5. I have to go this way, 9.5. Okay. By 5.5 because we want it to fit in an envelope when we're done. That's right. Okay. Move those two pieces out of the way, and then I have to fetch my scorer, which fell out of my scorer. Okay, until then, I'm going to score this. Can you see this? Good, I'm not flat. There we go. I got my computer on one side there. Okay. So I'm going to score it at 1/2. There. 2 5/8. Oh, that is not straight. But you'll get the idea. 2 5/8. Because I'm actually going to use one that's pre-scored that I used at Timid Tiger. I've got all this stuff on my desk here that's kind of in the way. There we go. That should work better. Okay, so 2 5/8. 6 3/4. And 9. And what that does is that leaves you with a 1/2 inch scored on each side here. So let me just move this back to a 1/2 here. I'll just fix that. Okay. And we'll take this out of my way. And then I want to leave a little tab in the middle here. So I figured out if I cut 2 inches, and I'm not marking this on the side. It's going to be part of the card. This part's going to get cut off. And 2 inches this way. And I'm going to do it on this side. 2 inches. And 2 inches this way. And then I just take my snips. Make sure I'm on screen. Okay. Take my snips, cut up to that. Turn it around. Like that. And then I can just cut like this. Pull those out of there. And I've got my tab here. Make that a little neater. Okay. And then I do the same thing on this side down here. Okay. So let's move that out of the way because here's one that's all ready to go. So the way this card is going to get folded is I'm going to fold this in. Fold this in. So it's a little bit like a gatefold, except you have these tabs here. And the tabs get folded back to the front like this. All right, so far so good. Then I'm trying to show another banner. Here we go. This one. Good. I took some in color paper and I cut this one 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's going to go right there. And I cut 2 of these, and you can use the same side, you can use a different side, whatever you like. I used a different side. Maybe this time I'll use the same side. And those are going to go on the front there and there. Okay, so the paper I used for that is there's a pack of paper, and these come in the different color families. And I always order at least 1 pack of these every year because they're just so useful. They're kind of ordinary sorts of patterns. And this is the in color family. So I've got the strawberry slush, and it comes in this, and that's on the back. And this, and that's on the back. And we've got Seaside Spray. It's pretty cool. We've got Timid Tiger, which is what I'm using. This is Darling Duckling, which was the card that I showed you at the beginning. Strawberry Slush. Did we do these already? Yes. You do them all? So you've got 4 different patterns. You've got this one, that one, flowers, and the kind of just textured. Every year the design is different. The 4 designs you get are different, but they come in the color families, which is what makes it so handy. When there's the new colors, I always get a pack of those because they're so convenient. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these in here. Take my little measurements off. You know what? I think I'm going to put that side in. Am I on screen? Get on screen. And I hope this is recording the sound because I was having a little bit of problem with that before when I was setting up. I think I've got that figured out. All right. So that's the inside. And then I'm going to put these two pieces on the outside, but I'll have the leaves showing. That's the opposite of what I did on my Darling Duckling. I love the name of that, Darling Duckling. That's just so fun. All right, put that there. Okay, and the leaves are kind of going up, so I'm going to make sure the leaves are going up on this one too. Okay, put that one right here. Okay. Okay, now comes the fun part, the decorating. All right, so what I did, let me show you my next one, is I took a piece of basic white, which is 2¼ by 11¼ So that has to get cut out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper because, or does it? Does it? Yes, it does. It's 1/4 inch too long. Oh, because it's 8½ by 11, and not 11½. All right. And then I scored it at 2¼ 2¼ and then another 2¼ another 2¼ another 2¼ So it's 2¼ 4½, 6¾ and 9. So you're going to have 5 squares here, 2¼ by 2¼ each one. And then I have 5 of these little 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Let's see if I can show you that. All right, show. Perfect. And I use the Woven Textures paper for this. Now you can use whatever you want because this is just a very neutral thing here. On this one, I used the backside of some floral impressions paper, and that's a Timid Tiger. This one I'm using more brown because I like it with the orange, and I think it's going to, that's how I just want it. Okay, so I have 5 of these, and I'm going to, this is the back side of it, but that's not the side I'm using because I want something more neutral because it's just the background. Am I on screen? Boy, that banner seems to just be in the way. I'm going to hide that banner. Okay. Let's put one in each one of these little boxes here. Don't be so aggressive. Calm down. It's just a video. All right, I'll try it again. Laughing at myself here because that's the best way to deal with life, I think. All right, here's the first one. Corners down. I'm just gonna put all these on. This is such a fun stamp set. And it's really, I love it when they do this. There's the stamp set. Let me grab it. And you can order it with a punch. So it's a bundle. So you get 10% off if you order it with the bundle. And then they came out with the Christmas version, which uses the same punch. I love it when they do that. Let me show you the what you can. This is kind of my sloppy copy because I like to, when I first get a stamp set, I play with it and see what it looks like when it's actually stamped out and what it has in it. Let's put this up here a little bit more. So this is the sweet jar side here. and it's got clovers, and it also has a stamp that says luck. It's got hearts, and it's got like a background stamp in it too. Candles. I'll be showing you these. Here's just the hearts, and it's got the cookies. On this side, I have the jar of joy, which is the snowman, Christmas cookies, ornaments, and then in this one, I just put one of the sayings that is wishing you the sweetest Christmas. There's also sending a jar full of cheer. May your heart be filled with joy. This set has happy birthday, a little treat for you, sending a little blank your way. And then you can put love in there. You can put party in there. You can put sweetness in there. You can put luck in there. It will fit. So I'll be showing you that as we go here. So that's kind of, I love that you can do that. Anyway, back to our card here. Got 5 of these to put on, and we're done with 2. Sometimes when I'm cutting with my cutter, it feels like I have a little bit of an edge. So I just take my fingernail and push it down. And I have 2 more of these. Where did I put them? Well, we're just going to get started with the next part because those are going to show up when I'm not looking for them. Right? Isn't that how it goes? All right, so I'm going to make the jars now. Show you how the jars work. So I just took a strip of paper that was big enough to punch the jar. I punched my lids separately on a skinny strip because I have so many of these skinny strips left over. It's just a good way to use them up. So on here, I'm going to use my pecan pie to stamp my jars. Ah, here's one of them. But that was that. It's my pecan pie. Now I want to put that, well, it won't really matter when you have a strip like that. If you have a bigger sheet of paper, you want to make sure that you have the bottom, these lined up. Because if you have a big sheet of paper and you put it this way, well, I guess then you just cut the sheet of paper afterwards. It doesn't really matter, but it's more convenient to do it this way. All right, so I'm going to stamp 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, look what I did. I stamped them too far apart. All right, I've got some already made up, but there you go. There's 5. All right, so then I want to decorate the insides of these, and I'm just going to do that while they're before they're punched. Okay. So I'm going to start with my easiest one first. Actually, do I have just a scrap of paper here somewhere? Show you the easiest one. I may as well show you them all. You're right back in a second. There we go. And we'll do one more. Just going to do it right there. Okay. Done. All right, we'll do the easiest one first. So on this one, I took my strawberry slush. One cool thing, when they have new in colors, they really go well together, like to use them on the same card. They just seem to have the same depth or something. So for this one, I want the word love and I want some little hearts. So let's see, is that love? That one is party. Sweetness. Maybe I'm just meant to not do this on screen. This part, that's happy birthday. There's a candle. Anyway, okay, so I stamped love and I stamped these little hearts. Are you kidding me? They're not on here. Oh, here they are. All right. Oh, there's love. Okay. All right. No need to get so nervous. All right, here we go. Let's stamp a few hearts right there. And then wash that off right away. And take those off of there. And I'm going to put the little hearts, and I'm going to use Timid Tiger. Oops. I hope you didn't notice that. You've probably never seen anybody do that on screen before. All right, put the little hearts there. I put ink on the wrong side of the stamp. Instead of putting the stamp on the block, I put it on the ink. All right. Might get pretty silly. And here is the word love. Well, anyway, the word love is going to go right there. Whatever I did with it, there it is. And I'm going to do that in strawberry slush as well. And so this is my last one, and this is where I sign my name. Okay. All right. That was the easy one. Actually, they're not bad. They're fun. Okay, so I won't stamp it out because I have one that's already done. Interesting. I can't find it. Okay. So slide it in there. Finish it out. And there's one of them. Okay. All right, so let's move on to our next one. The next one I'll do the background of the hearts. So this one has two pieces to it. Is that it? No, this is it. They look a little similar. And I'm going to do it in two different colors. I'm going to do the background in pretty pink, and then I'm going to go over the top of it with some strawberry slush actual hearts. So this stamp just gives you the impression that there's a bunch of them in the background. All right, so am I on screen? There we go. There's my pretty in pink. I think that's the only place I use pretty in pink on this card. And then we'll do the hearts in strawberry slush. And that's just got right, kind of similar, like that. Very good. All right. So that's all I need to do for that one. And I will punch that one out. Actually, I won't because I already have it punched out. See, there's a nice punched out one. All right, next I'll do the cookies. So for the cookies, I'm going to use 2 shades of brown. These are like chocolate chip cookies. One of my favorites, homemade chocolate chip cookies. Oh, that was my favorite as a child. All right. So we have 2 stamps for that. These are 2-step stamping. We've got the chocolate chips, which are going to be in the darker brown, and we've got the cookies, which is the one that it sort of looks like jelly beans if you look at it in the light. Can you see that? Well, you will when I stamp with it. So that's going to be the cookies, and I wanted my cookies to be kind of light, so I'm going to stamp that. Oops, stamp it all the way. Look at it, stamp it off once. Try that again. Well, I think I'm just going to do full strength. It dries lighter. Am I on the screen? All right, there we go. Okay. And that will dry lighter. And then all these little dots, it looks like a bunch of little raindrops or something. I'm doing that in pecan pie. You could use early espresso would work. And I'm going to line that up kind of on top so that the dots all are on cookies. Okay. Yeah, they show up. Perfect. That's perfect. And then on top of that, over the top of that, I just wanted the word sweetness. And I did that in Darling Duckling. That says sweetness. And I just put that kind of at an angle in there. There you go. Perfect. And the next one is really fun because you can change out the inside of this. So this is kind of like sending a little party. And I made this in strawberry slush. Do I need crumb cake anymore? I don't think so. And it says sending a little blank your way. So I put that in the middle. Straighten this out so I know what I'm doing. There. Perfect. And I wanted the word party in there. And I can do party in the same color, or I can switch out the colors. And I'm going to switch it out to Timid Tiger. And all of these will fit right between the word little and the words sending your way. Party. Yay. And then what I did was I took, this is the top, the lit part of a candle, and it's got, like the rays coming off of it. And so I wanted to put some of these on there to make, just because they look like kind of like starbursts. And I'm going to put 3 of each of my in colors on here. So there's my Timid Tiger. Anyway, I did that, and it comes out like that. Okay, and then my last one is this one. with the candles. And this is also very fun. You've got 2 candles to use here. Well, this one has 3 candles on it. And this one has 1 candle. And there's kind of a space in between there. So actually I want to put my 1 candle on first in the middle because I'm going to be typing. I'm going to be stamping the same stamp several times. And I kind of want it filled up. Oh, okay. There's my darling duckling. And I have 1 there. And then I'm going to put on one side of it, I want to put some strawberry slush candles. Okay. Wash that off. And on the other side, we'll put the Timid Tiger candles. Okay. And then I'm going to take that same Darling Duckling one. Make sure that's swiped off. And there's spaces in between here. And I'm going to put 1 in that space. And I'll put 1 in this space. That. And then I'm going to go back and use the flames. So there's that starburst type flame, and then there's these simple flames, and the simple flames fit on those 3, the set of 3 candles, because there's 3 little flames on here. There we go. Oops. And I'll do it on these 3 over here that I stamped as a set of 3 in Strawberry Slush. There we go. And then I'm going to take the one that's kind of a starburst, and I'm going to make that flame in Timid Tiger, and I'm going to do it on the Darling Duckling ones. So you've got, there we go, the candles. And there's the candles. I'm right done with that. And then I punch them all out. And I've got 5. I'm going to put this one last. I'm going to put that one first on the cover. Let's put this one maybe second. Any order you want. It doesn't really matter. Set these aside. And then these are going to get glued onto here. There's the 4th one. Still haven't found that 5th one yet. I have to take a second here and find that. Oh, we didn't do the lids. We have to do the lids. So the lids, I just took my strip, and there's a lid. There's actually several lids because you can do the more filled in lid, which is what I did on these. You can do an outline lid because the Christmas set has an outline lid, or you could just punch the lid out of, say, some gold paper. So I'm going to use, actually I did this all already, so I'll just do a couple here. A lid, I liked this lid, this kind of filled in lid. Okay. And then on the top here is just the lid. So I can put that in and just punch out my lids. And I have 5 lids. Okay. All right, so where did my other square of woven textures go? Pick up a few things here. I'm not exactly sure. All right, well, this one would get glued onto here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of glue on there just to see, so you can see where it is. I'll put a lid on it. Again, then I can take it off when I find it, because it's going to get covered back up again anyway, right? All right. Sweetness on here. You see? Okay, put that here. It's cookies in a party. Yay. All right, and I'll put hearts. Here. And sending a little party your way. Actually, that would make a nice saying for this, for the front of this too. There. And the candles. Now the candles, since they're on the cover, I put those up on some dimensionals. Now, maybe you don't want to do that. It does make your card a little bit thicker because these all get folded on top of each other. So it does have kind of a thickness to it. Put that one there. And this one, I want the lid. I don't want the lid on the top because you know what happens when you have cover up candles, they don't have oxygen and they can't burn. So this one, the cover is off. I'm just going to put it right there. But these other ones, I'm going to put right on the jars. You know what'll happen? As soon as the video's over, I will find that other square. Within 5 minutes, I'll find it. Okay. Now, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this card on a video, because it's really hard to explain this in a written tutorial, how this goes together here. So this one will be in your middle, and I'm going to fold that up. Let's even burnish it. Okay, and then that one will go like that. Okay, so burnish that. Okay, again, same thing on this side. This goes up, and this goes back. Okay, so that it goes like this. Like that. Okay, so this kind of goes in the middle here, but you don't glue it down. It's going to float outward more, like on here. See how that's not attached in the middle? It's just in the middle. So this part you have to play with just a little bit. This one here gets glued to this tab. Only this tab part gets glued. And then these will pile up on top of each other. And then this last one, you open it up and it'll get glued again to that tab. And that tab is folded back. So before you glue it though, take a look and get it where you want it to be. You want it to be in the middle so that you got about the same distance here as here and about the same distance here as here. Or you could put it up a little bit. I think I'm going to put it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take this off or just open it up here. Remember, this is not this way, it's this way. And I'm going to put, well, I'm going to put some glue there, but you could put like tear and tape there. It'll probably hold a little better. All right, and then just close it. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the back part. I'm just holding this down here. Carefully unfold that. Put your glue on your tab, like that. Hold it back, like so. And I have it. Ta-da! So when you fold up your card, it looks like that. Now that doesn't look very finished, does it? So I took a little strip that's 3 1/8 by 3/8, and then I took a little strip of the same Woven Textures background, and I stamped Happy Birthday on it. Let's put that on there. And then I will put half of it, center it, and then I'll just glue half of it just on the left side so that you can still open the card. Okay. Happy birthday. And I just think this is such a bright, happy card. There we go. You can sign your name there. You could put a piece of white paper on the back if you want to write some more, or you can just write on there. And one more thing to finish this card off is I'm going to add a couple of these in color flat pearls. And I think I want to use, I really like Strawberry Slush with Timid Tiger. So these dots come in 3 different colors, or 3 different sizes, I mean. They come in all 5 colors. These are the in colors, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, and Strawberry Slush, which is such a great color. Okay, now that dresses it up quite a bit, doesn't it? One last look at it. A couple other things I wanted to mention while I'm still on the air here is I have some kit card classes coming up. I have them on August 27th, September 24th, October 22nd, November 19th, and December 10th from 9:30 to 11:30 in the back room at Planet Perk. So for a kit class, what you do is you go online and you select your kit, and here's the information. It's also on my blog. Let me put my blog on the bottom here. Not that one. Didn't I make one with the blog? I think I did. Well, if I do this, didn't mean to do that. Let's shift that. Let's shift this to this side. Okay, we can do that. So you go onto my blog. Oh, I thought I was going to say my blog address there. Well, that didn't quite work the way I thought. Like I said, this is my first time using this this software. And of course, I use the free version so that and we're going to put a new banner on here. We'll do https:// merry-go-round, merry-go-round, merry-go-round cards at blogspot.com. Add banner. Where did it go? There. Show. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you go there and it'll link you to you can find links there to my store to order, or just use this. You can stop your screen and take a look. There's like 20 different kits. They're always adding new kits or retiring a few kits. So I want you to pick out the kit that you like. They range in price from like $10 to $25. The $10 ones don't typically come with a stamp set. The $25 ones will. They'll have a stamp set, a block, a little mini ink spot, and all the things you need come in this box. Just show you one here. Box this size. Everything you need is in there. Your adhesives, you will want a scissors. That's the only thing. And they take about 8 days to arrive, depending on, well, in our area, that's about how long a Stampin' Up! Order takes. I do have extra kits available on site if you don't want to figure out the ordering. I've got about 8 different kits you could pick from. Or if you didn't order it in time for it to come in time for the class. And so come into Planet Perk, get your drink, come on back, and drink or snack if you want a muffin or something like that. They've got all that stuff there. It's $5 additional to attend for each one. Here's my phone number. You can call me or you can text me at merry-go-round-cards@gmail.com to let me know you're planning to be there. And I am so excited to be doing this class in a public place where I can meet some people that maybe are a little hesitant to go to my home, to not knowing me. So yeah, sign up, come. That's one of the little things I wanted to tell you. I also wanted to ask you to please follow me on Facebook. Let's go back to me. Let's see. There we go. I can just leave it like that. We'll leave the card out. Leave both of them out. I like both of them. Which one do you like better? The Daffodil Delight or the Timid Tiger? I don't know. I really liked this one when I made it, but I really like this one too. So I also thought another good one to do with this set is, instead of the sweet jars, the Storybook Memories that has all the little cutout pieces. You could put one in each spot. Wouldn't that be fun? You could use these same, love party or whatever if you wanted to, sweetness. Thought that would be a really fun set to use with this layout. So anyway, I'm would love for you to follow me on Facebook. When I get 100 followers, then I can go live on Facebook, which would be a lot easier than a pre-recorded version. And like, it helps all the analytics of getting me out there so people that love this kind of stuff can see more of it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoyed yourself while you were here. I'm just going to take one quick peek at my notes just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, the dimensions are on the blog, and you can find all the little details of how to contact me are in the description down below. So thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. I hope this works out well for me and for you. Bye-bye.